She's the biggest draw.
It is undeniable that Caitlin Clark is the engine.
Caitlin Clark effect. There has been so much of an influx in attendance, in jersey sales, and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
She is undeniably the biggest star and the driving force behind everything. Caitlin Clark is the engine powering this surge. The Caitlin Clark effect has triggered a huge boost in attendance, jersey sales, and viewership numbers. It's everything you want from star power, captivating storylines, and widespread likability. From her college days through to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has brought flair and style to the game. She's a role model for many, including me. I truly look up to her. People ask why I admire Caitlin, and it's simple. She's just incredible at basketball. In the latest TV ratings, Caitlin Clark is once again rewriting the record books. Like clockwork, she pulls in viewership figures the league has never seen before. It's becoming impossible for the WNBA or Angel Reese to ignore or downplay her impact. Speaking of Angel Reese, do you remember that tweet she sent after all this buzz? A staggering 2.2 million average viewers tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever take on the Liberty, with a peak of 3.2 million viewers. That's absolutely wild for the WNBA. That game became the 6th most watched WNBA regular season or playoff game ever. Meanwhile, some folks behind the scenes scramble to downplay or dismiss her impact, but the numbers don't lie. Clark is racking up record viewership as if it's just a warm-up for her. And when she's sidelined, the league doesn't just take a slight dip, it nosedives. This game's viewership was the highest peak of any in recent memory and the second highest overall. But then Clark got injured after shattering records during nationally televised games, which would have been ideal for maximum exposure. Wherever Caitlin Clark shows up, records follow. Without her, the stands echo with silence, ticket sales tank, and the league falls into panic mode. The stats clearly confirm what many have suspected. Caitlin Clark is steering this whole ship. Her drawing power is so immense that ticket prices dropped more than 300% in under 2 days when she was ruled out due to injury. So can someone explain why the WNBA keeps allowing this woman, the one literally saving their season, to get bumped, bruised, and bullied? If you're riding the Caitlin Clark wave, drop a CC record breaker in the comments so we can shine some light on what they don't want you to know. Let's break down the numbers the WNBA hopes you'll overlook. Just days ago, Caitlin Clark's face-off with the New York Liberty pulled in a massive 2.22 million average viewers on CBS, peaking at a jaw-dropping 3.2 million. This is the second most watched WNBA game on CBS ever. That's not just a strong performance, it's historic. It's the second highest viewed game on CBS and ranks as the 6th highest in regular or postseason viewership since 2001. All of this from a player still early in her professional career. She's not just making history, she's casually dominating it. Caitlin Clark is the needle mover. She is the franchise player. She was the MVP. She's the main attraction. And she wasn't the one sprinting full speed down the court, either. Now, here's the kicker. The same Fever versus Liberty game last year drew 1.86 million viewers with a peak of 2.64 million. Even back then, Clark was a draw. But this year, the viewership jumped by about 500,000, thanks entirely to her unstoppable rise. Last year's Liberty versus Fever game on CBS had 1.86 million viewers year over year in the same time slot on the same network. This year, we saw a roughly 400,000 viewer increase in the average and a 600,000 viewer spike in peak numbers. That's a clear win for the WNBA. But let's talk about contrasts. The Liberty season opener against the Aces, loaded with league stars like Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart, only managed 1.3 million viewers. Not terrible, but nowhere near Caitlin's numbers. Just days later, Caitlin hits the court and bam, a jump of another million viewers. You can bet Angel Reese was side-eyeing the screen, thinking, but what about my double-double? The Caitlin Clark effect has been a net positive for the WNBA and all its teams. Clark entered the season as the betting favorite to win the 2025 WNBA MVP. She was the lead story, Caitlyn doesn't need manufactured drama or staged rivalries or cryptic tweets. She just needs a basketball. She's the headline, the needle mover, the walking ratings boost, and she brings it on every platform, from CBS to Amazon Prime. Some of Caitlyn Clark's games have aired on Prime this year, others on NBA TV, CBS, and ABC. No matter where she plays, records follow. And yet, people still complain Indiana gets too much coverage. Here's a wild thought. Maybe the team drawing millions of viewers actually deserves the spotlight. Imagine that. If Angel Reese wants more airtime, maybe she should try doing more than just throwing shade after missed layups. But what happens when Clark isn't in the lineup? That's when the numbers get grim. So grim, you might need a flashlight. The moment her injury was announced, the league felt the shock. Caitlyn Clark will miss at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The Fever stand 2-2 so far this season. Clark has started all 4 games, averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. The Fever promised updates after reevaluation. For example, the Fever vs. Mystics game was moved to the 14,000-seat CFG Bank Arena due to ticket demand. But once Clark was ruled out, ticket prices plunged, dropping from $41 to $22, nearly a 50% fall. Even then, scalpers struggled to sell tickets. I'm already seeing people say, "I'm taking a break," and others say, "I'll be back later." These numbers will drop. Owners are going to walk into negotiations feeling confident, one scalper said. Shout out to Beyoncé, feeling myself again. The WNBA is lucky this injury is rumored to be only 2 to 4 weeks, because if it were longer, fans might tune out completely. Then came the Real embarrassment. Fever vs. Sky on June 7th at the United Center, a massive 21,000-seat arena. Tickets were selling at $86 with Clark healthy. Once news broke that she wouldn't play, prices plunged to $25, a catastrophic 71% collapse. That's not just a dip. That's an Angel Reese-level meltdown when the lights are on. One thing's clear. For the WNBA teams that move their games, this is about to be catastrophic. And yes, even Clark's own Fever felt it. Resale prices for their next 5 games, including 2 home games, tanked from $137 to $80 after her injury. The difference? Caitlyn Clark's presence, or lack thereof. Will this be the wake-up call the WNBA needs? Caitlyn Clark is out for at least 2 weeks. Now we'll see what kind of numbers the league can put up without her. The moral of the story: when Caitlyn Clark plays, the league shines. When she sits, the league scrambles. And while Angel Reese curates her TikTok highlights, Clark is out here changing the game for real. While Reese fires off cryptic tweets about records coming to her too, Clark is already breaking them. Ticket prices dropped 71%. That's like dropping off a map. These games are nationally televised in large venues, and the empty seats after Caitlyn's injury are going to look terrible on TV. Fans aren't just watching Caitlyn Clark, they're rearranging their entire lives to see her. We're talking full-on multi-thousand-dollar vacations booked just to catch a glimpse of her magic. One family reportedly spent over $3,000 on flights, hotels, tickets, snacks. They didn't resell their tickets. They gave them away and moved the trip to August, hoping she'd be healthy then.